Hello, and welcome to Stitched Anew. I'm Lynn, and this is Lady Girl, and we've got a lot of cool things planned for you today. I'm going to give you a tour of the sewing room reorganization that I've been working on for a couple weeks now. I originally thought it might take a day or two, took a lot more than that. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a glance at all the things I got at the Mountain Quiltfest in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It was the first week of June. Mom and I went. We had a great time. Absolutely loved it. Oh, let me show you my shirt. Quilting Queen. This is the first shirt that I bought. I actually bought two there. And if you're listening to Mountain Quiltfest, I love that your logo is on the shirt. Probably can't see it because it's itty bitty down in the corner, but I love your show so much. I would love the logo to be bigger so people actually know that's where I got my shirt. But I'm going to show you the goodies I got from the Mountain Quilt Fest and the shop hops Mom and I did along the way coming back home. So I'll show you those goodies that we got along the way, as well as some of the beautiful quilts that were featured there at the show and ones that just struck me. They were gorgeous. I'm always blown away by their work and the handy work that's done by the ladies and gentlemen who make the quilts that get shown in the show. So, without further delay, I'm going to show you the new quilt room layout and show you all the cool things that Mom and I saw at Mountain Quilt Fest. Ta-da! It is 99% done. I'm so excited with this, and I'm so glad to share this with you guys. So, I've moved my big table with my sewing machine down in it here to the center of this area. Alright, coming over this way. I still have office supplies here, and I'll show you a little bit later in the video what I'm going to be doing with that area. Still have the sewing area. There's Lady Girl. Here, I'm going to be changing this table out to one that's a little bit more narrow. That will give me a bigger walkway. Still got my cutting table here. Still have things that need to be sorted out down there. Still have my ironing station with, we're going to talk about these goodies in a little bit. Still need to sort out a bit down here, but I've rearranged a lot down there. Alright, let's come around this way. I have set up a system with cube shelves here with all my odd and end supplies that I'm always needing to get into here. You'll see they're all different ones because that's what I had. And I've got these labels on them. Pulled them out here. Don't think you can get them again, but they are just dry erase labels from Dollar Spot at Target. I've had them for a couple of years. Some of them, like this one, I actually ordered from Amazon, and they actually have, let me see if I can pull it up here. It's a piece of paper there on the back that I've written on. These are just with a dry erase marker. Got a spot there with Chuck that I can hang blocks on as I get them done. Moving back. Okay, you can see my sewing station there. My favorite sewing machine. My newer padded chair. Moving around to all my fabrics. Actually, I pared this down quite a lot coming up through here and got rid of a lot of things or donated a lot of things to my church group that I just don't use or will not be using. I use this as a rolling working table. So I've got my extra bobbins, extra clips, some extra pins, supplies I use all the time, my little bucket, my old Coke bottle that I use to put pins in. This is the perfect idea, you guys. If you have pins or sharps that you need to get rid of, but don't want to throw them in a trash can and risk somebody getting poked, take an old Coke or any bottle, plastic bottle, even a medicine bottle, put them in there. When it's full, you throw it away, and it's perfectly safe. Then I've got projects and notepads. And in the bottom, that is my patterns for my craft shows. And then it's on wheels, so I can move it around to whatever area, whether I'm needing it here to lay things across, I need extra storage, or I can move it over to the cutting and ironing area here, and then wheel it back over to work on the projects I cut or ironed. I found a home for my serger here, which I'm gonna, in the next few weeks, be making a cover for. Box of 2.5-inch squares. A beautiful box my son made me. It's one of those toolboxes you get from Lowe's. And then he got the Singer stickers and put on it to make it match my featherweight, which I now have a home for. Here are all my charm squares, fat quarters, moving down to project bins. These are actually projects that I have that I want, let me see if I can get you down here, that I want to work on really soon. I've got a snowman quilt. That's my Williamsburg fabric, which will be a long-term project. I've got my motor blockheads here, which I'm going to start working on soon. And my pink dash hound quilt. I'm looking forward to that, having that on my bed. This is a project I had started at my apartment and need to get back on again and get finished. There are my project bins and bags, which you guys voted on. And I have one finished project from. I'll be posting those again soon and asking you guys to vote again. Moving up, these are fabrics I use all the time for my craft show business. This is where I put my 10-inch charm squares, jelly rolls. These are going to be curtain fabrics here in the next few weeks, more jelly rolls. And then moving up, these are again the fabrics I use for my craft show. Some display, those are already quilted bag bottoms there. So, loving how this is looking. And then, spinning right around, there is my design wall. Next project coming up soon. And spin it back around so you can see the space. Let me back up again here, so you guys can actually see a full view of the whole sewing area. I'm so excited with how it turned out. So down here below, other than Lady Girl tearing up her bed there, is a black and white and red quilt I'm working on right there. Got lots of parts and lots of fabric for it. There's my black featherweight, and there's my white featherweight. They finally have a home here in the sewing room. Alright, here is my haul from the Mountain Quiltfest that Mom and I went to. I'll start off over here. Here is the second t-shirt. You guys already saw the other one. Quilting is the answer. Who cares what the question is? And you'll see there is the Mountain Quiltfest logo, really small at the bottom. Mountain Quiltfest, guys, if you are watching, I want to advertise for you. I want you guys to see that I went to Mountain Quiltfest. If I went, I want you to see it. So if you made that logo bigger, it would not bother me at all. Right, on the way home, Mom and I stopped at 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 quilt shops on the way home. Several of them had given us coupons, so we used those on our way home, and I bought 2 wide backs. So I actually only paid for one, because this particular quilt shop had a coupon, buy one, get one free. So, like that always. They do a big drawing, and everybody, if you donate fabric to their children's ministry project, you get an entry in the drawing. You get an entry for just being there, and maybe there were a couple of other things, but you could have up to your name in the drawing up to 4 times, and you got to win prizes. This was my prize. I got 2 pieces of fabric, this PU glitter bundle from Beach Potato Embroidery. I got a walking foot, I guess low walking foot. I guess it's universal walking foot. I got this little wool project from Calico Patch Designs. So those are the goodies that were in the bag that I won. Then fabric. Oh my gosh. I am in love with these quilt fabrics. These are fabrics I bought at the quilt show from different vendors. I've also got a few back here. This one I bought at the show. These I bought from the quilt shops on the way home. Love them. Mom and I took an EQ8 class, and that is my EQ8 Electric Quilt 8 is the version I have. And then we bought these books to go along with. We did have there's a beginner guide that we got there in the class, and she was very wonderful. I will have to look up and see what her name is. Very wonderful teacher who showed us how to use these. I have had this for a couple of years, and it was just beyond me getting things done. And she was really wonderful with getting that done. Bought a couple of patterns. I love this one. Hopefully this will go on my little rod I have hanging in the living room for a small wall size hanging. Bought this one. I can't wait to make this one. I don't know if you guys can see. They have little biblical sayings. Let's see, there's one on the back. So you cut those out and put them in. I'm not a big fan of the purple, blue, and green, but they had one in pinks and blues, I think it was. I'll see if I can find the picture and post it in here. That they had as their example, and I loved it. So I will be making this one coming up soon. Then Mom and I also took a class, this one for grandeur. These were the fabrics that I pulled for this. So this is my contrast. This is, put this where the green is, and then I have my lights and dark pinks. And then, I don't know if you can tell it from there, but this is a pale, you can kind of tell there against the backing. This is a pale pink, which I'm using instead of the white as my background. Let me open my box up here, and I'll show you. Here is the quilt block. It's actually 2 quilt blocks we made in class. This one is a modified star, and then I assembled mine together, but you also made a log cabin block. There's my log cabin block. So you'll see I've got the darks on this side and the pink on that side. So I tried to do lighters and darkers. So I was going to do, instead of the turquoise, purple, and green, I was going to do different shades of pinks. My pinks there, with that being my green in place of their green. So I'll keep you up to date on that progress. So that is my haul from Mountain Quiltfest. It's located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. They usually do it the first week in June. And I absolutely love going. So many vendors, so many classes, and everything's so reasonable. So hopefully I'll get to go again next year, and maybe I'll take you guys along. So now I'm going to show you a lovely quilt parade of all the beautiful quilts that I saw at the show. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that tour of all the quilts that Mom and I were able to experience at Mountain Quilt Fest. And as always, please join us again for our next video. And if you would, give us a like and subscribe so that our channel can continue to grow and bring you these videos.